Let's talk about it. See, whether you've been in a relationship with a narcissist through marriage, just dating, or a friendship, maybe this was a parent dynamic for you. You know your family is narcissistic, and you are the scapegoat because you've climbed out of that matrix and you're somebody new, somebody different. You are ultimately the game ender of these narcissistic games. Narcissists love making things all about them. We're talking about being very self-centered. And even more in-depth, that means they don't even have true visions. They don't have a true, solid, legitimate vision for their life or their future. They're just worried about right now, what they're getting, who's in their life that they are getting from, taking from. They couldn't care less if they are causing you to have heart attacks. You're literally falling apart because of extreme stress from the drama and the chaos you're dealing with them, their family, their friends, their circle, whatever it is that's coming with this person. They'll sit there and watch you bleed out from all the stabbing they're doing, directly and indirectly, in your face and behind your back. Because there's so much backstabbing, there's so much betraying, there's so much gossiping happening about you, whether you're aware of it or not. They've been smearing your name, and they could care less how it affected you, how it affected your life, your children, your job. They didn't care that you weren't able to wake up and go to work. They didn't care that you were looking and feeling unhealthy. They didn't care that you were running back and forth to the hospital because of issues that they were causing you. They didn't care that you were balled up in a fetal position, crying because of how they treated you and how they made you feel, how disgusting they made you feel, how worthless, how low they made you feel. It was always about them, and if you were doing bad, they didn't care. They actually added to the problem. They are the problem, but they add to the problem. And even when they discard, when they walk out of your life because of whatever fancy narcissistic reason they have this new supply, or they're going back to this ex, or they're dating someone who they've given you clues about the whole time you were with them. And then it's like, wow, they left you last week and now they're married to this person. The reason for the dysfunction is because this person just can't help themselves. You've heard me before, if you've watched me before, narcissists are stuck on stupid. When I say that, I mean this person cannot stop hurting themselves. They cannot untangle themselves out of this ball of dysfunction that they have going on in their life. So instead of taking accountability, dealing with their issues head on, they run from it, and they'll go and find new people to keep up their false narrative of this fake person that you fell for. They're never prepared for the end of any relationship. Whether they act like they are okay with the breakup, the separation, the divorce or not, the reality is they are a narcissist, and they have a major problem with the fact that you finally said, it's over. This time, it's not just a threat. This time you actually moved out. This time you actually filed for divorce. This time you actually stopped answering calls cold turkey. This time, you're not begging them back. You're not chasing. You're not calling. You're not wondering. This person is a narcissist, and they needed you to love on them more than you even knew. So every time you woke up every morning showing love, you were feeding this person. They weren't lying when they said you reminded them of someone that they valued in life, like their grandmother. You reminded her of her dad. You reminded him of his mother, because you catered to him. You nourished him. You took care of this demon baby, and you touched the soul of the narcissist. They just don't want, they're afraid of that. And they don't want that. They don't know how to take that. And even though they said you're stupid, you're ugly, they don't want you, they're not interested, they hate you and all of that, it's a complete lie. This person has to lie to themselves to protect themselves. They have to run away from what they know is good and what they know they need because there's no way to receive it. The narcissist is so caught up and lost in this darkness that it's overwhelming to have someone with all that light in their life. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. You have a real vision. You're serious about your future. You know exactly how you want it to be. The narcissist can fantasize about that, but they don't really have a true vision. They're just living in the now, in the present. They're not thinking about next year. They're not thinking about 5 years from now. They're not thinking about life 10, 20, many years from now. That's why 10 years later, that marriage is how it's looking. That's why 20, 30 years later, everything is looking how it's looking. You're feeling disappointed, betrayed, let down. You feel like they future faked with you because they did everything they said during that love bombing phase. It wasn't real because there was no true foundation. It sounded good. It looked good, but it wasn't good. And so the most shocking thing to a narcissist is for you to exit, for you to abruptly, brutally, coldly cut them off, walk out of that door, leave that marriage, for you to really be done and take your power back and remove them out of it and make it about you. Focus on your children. Don't forget to like and subscribe to be notified weekly about new videos.